Monster Jam is an experience like no other. A phenomenon that is trending across the world. Born from raw power. Driven by fearless competitors. Strength is measured in horsepower. And emotions that are pushed to their edge. But the true force, the spark that ignites it all, is you, the fans.
You are the roar that pushes us to drive harder.
And go higher.
We need your energy.
So get up. Get loud.
Every clap. Every cheer.
This is your house.
This is your moment.
We can feel it.
We can hear you.
Pittsburgh, are you ready?
I said, are you ready?
Pittsburgh, are you ready for Monster Jam?
Pittsburgh, this is Monster.
Pittsburgh, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. We've got 8 Monster Jam superstars seated into a bracket based on a random draw. The winners of this round will advance to the semifinals and be that much closer to the racing win. So I've got one question to kick this event off. Pittsburgh, who's ready for JCB Racing?
In the left lane, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's taking on his opponent in the right lane, Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. What a matchup for the first match of the entire event. We've got John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, having taken the racing win 2 times so far here in Pittsburgh. Could this be the day that Gravedigger takes away those 8 points? Pulled to the line. Let's go racing! Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. First matchup of the racing underway. Terminal Velocity is the first to advance on into the semifinals. You heard me say it, he's taken the JCB Racing win twice here this weekend, and he's obviously on his way to look out to do the same thing here again. But we've got 3 more races to go in round 1. Pulling up to the line, Trayton Robinson Crazy Train prepares for that race. We're gonna have that next matchup here to come. There you have it, the second matchup of round 1 pulls to the line. In the left lane, make some noise for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, it's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. These 2 competitors go head-to-head right here to see which one of them will advance on to the semifinal round. Let's go green! A fast race, but it's Trayton Robbins in a Crazy Train. He advances on to the semifinal round, but check this out. I think that's the fastest pass we've seen from Logan Ashline all weekend. A fast run for her, but right now not fast enough up against Trayton Robbins. He advances on to the semifinals for Team Crazy Train. You can see it there. We've got that first matchup determined in the semifinal round, Terminal Velocity and Crazy Train. But here in the JCB Racing competition, we want things to be as fair and as clean as possible. One thing you might notice is there's a rut right now forming out on the track, Pittsburgh. You see it located next to a Megalodon. Straight shot out from there. You can see that little rut being formed by the races that we've already gone before. So keep your eyes on that. We're going to see if those drivers can kind of tackle that difficulty spot on the track. Next matchup's ready to go in the left lane. Make some noise for MJ Delorio, El Toro Loco. And we're getting our very first look at his opponent in the right lane. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon. A tough race for these 2. El Toro Loco having made it to the racing finals for the first time yesterday, but up against Cody Saucier and Dragon, who currently has the #1 highest racing win percentage in all of Monster Jam. He enters into the season with 173 career racing wins. It's a tall order for El Toro Loco, but I know MJ Delorio is determined for a win. Let's go green! Your winner, MJ Delorio in El Toro Loco. In the left lane, put your hands together for John Zimmer in Megalodon. He's taken on his opponent in the right lane, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. These two prepared to battle it out for that last coveted spot in the semifinal round. Which one of these drivers will face off with MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco in the semifinal round? Keep your eyes on those racing lights at either end of the arena. We are waiting for that second set of green lights to be illuminated, that red light to disappear, and of course for all of those lights to go green. These racing lights are exactly how we communicate with our Monster Jam drivers. You've raced your friends, get ready, get set, go. This is the same thing. We've got the lights, they're ready, they're set, let's go! Your winner is Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Take a look at that JCB Racing competition bracket. We have the fastest 4 drivers determined right here in the semifinals. We'll see Terminal Velocity take on Crazy Train. And we're also going to get to watch El Toro Loco battle it out with Plain Crazy.
Monster Jam fans, I'm in the stands. I told you guys that I was going to give away some cool prizes. So we've got Francis here. This is his very first time at Monster Jam. Can we make some noise for that? I was telling him earlier, because at a rush, I was like, you got to stand up. We're about to do this game. That he's going to have a good time, right? And you said that you had a particular favorite Monster Jam truck. Can you share with the crowd which one is your favorite?
Gravedigger.
Do we have any Gravediggers in the fan? Maybe a couple? Gravedigger fans are kind of quiet, huh? Do we have any Gravedigger fans in Pittsburgh? Maybe it's early for them. They needed a little chance to wake up. Okay, so this is your very first time. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Do you have a favorite competition or a favorite trick or anything like that?
A backflip.
A backflip? Do you think that Brandon Arthur might do a backflip today?
Yes.
I see that ramp right over there. They built it. You're probably going to see a backflip today, hopefully. Anybody else want to see a backflip? All right. You've been awesome. Let's go ahead and play a game. Is that cool? So I got one of the drivers of our Arena Championship Series East who's going to ask you a question. If you can get this question right, you're going to walk away with the prize. That sound good, Francis?
Yes.
All right. Who do we got? All right, I heard a lot. It doesn't help that all those letters rhyme. I'm pretty sure some of you guys said D. No, what are you talking about? Though that would be kind of cool. I'm giving them a chance to kind of think through it. Do we have any A, like people that think it's A? Maybe in Plain Crazy, rocket fuel. I don't know. Propane. C. B. All right, so a couple. All right, let's see. Okay, do you think you got the answer? Yeah. Are you sure? This is for a prize. All right, I think I got it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What are we thinking?
B.
B, racing methanol. Let's find out. Montana, what's the answer?
If you guessed B, you got it.
Yeah, you're right. You get a high five. And you know what? You get something even better than that. You're going to walk away with your very own Monster Jam playset. These are the Monster Jam mini jams. So we got Megalodon right there. We got Dragon up in there as well. If you guys want your own mini jam set, check out your local retailers. But for now, make some noise for Francis!
Here we are entering into that first race of the semifinals. Out on the track, we've got John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity taking on Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Now, Pittsburgh, this matchup is a repeat of the finals that we saw in event number 2. It was Terminal Velocity who came out on top and took the racing win, but I've got a feeling Triton Robbins is dialed in. He might come back with a vengeance, having made it to the finals once here this weekend. Sometimes when we watch one driver defeat another, that other driver comes back with a determination to win. We're going to see right now in this matchup who is ready to get to the finals. Pittsburgh, are you ready? Let's kick off this matchup. These two drivers pull to the line as we prepare for that first race here in the semifinal round.
That's right.
Let's go green! That looks like a race too close to call. We've got to take it to our Monster Jam officials. Let's take a look at the super glue. Glued to the action replay. This stellar overhead shot gives us a perfect view. This is such a close race, but I just got word. Advancing on, Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train. As these trucks pull to the line and prepare for the semifinals race, it's going to be El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio taking on Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. These two are ready to battle it out to see who will face off with Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Pittsburgh, are you ready? A great lineup here. Will it be a battle of the brothers in the racing finals? Or will we get to see El Toro Loco take on a Crazy Train in the racing finals? Keep your eyes on those racing lights. Let's go racing! Trouble on the track for Plain Crazy. Your winner is MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco.
Monster Jam fans, this is it. This is the final round of JCB Racing. We started with 8, but now we're down to the fastest final 2. The winners of this race, the winner of this race, will get the racing win, the first 8 points of the event, and the top spot on our leaderboard. So you guys did a great job on round 1. Let's keep the energy going. Who's ready to meet your JCB Finals contenders?
In the finals for the fourth time here this weekend, it's MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. In the finals for the second time here this weekend, Trayton Robbins in a Crazy Train. You heard me say it, the second time for Trayton Robbins, the fourth time for El Toro Loco, but this right here, Pittsburgh, is going down in the history books because this season, if one of these drivers wins, it'll be their first JCB Racing win. That track is slick, the race is fast, and that race was too close to call. We're heading over to the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Take a look with me, Pittsburgh. Your winner is MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. Pittsburgh, it's his first JCB Racing win of the season. Adding to the accolades, and now only one competition away from getting 100 competition wins, MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco's proving he's got the fastest truck out on the track. Pittsburgh, I think you recognize that towel. Starting off the event strong, El Toro Loco walks away with that racing win for the very first time this season, and of course, he's got those 8 points in the top spot on the leaderboard.
Fans, I'm standing by with MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco, your JCB Racing winner. These fans saw a little bit of difficulty with the track out here today. Talk to us about how you overcame that to pull off your first racing win.
Yeah, you know, these corners get really rutted up real bad. The straightaways are absolutely perfect. We actually dealt with the exact same issue last night. You really just got to get into that corner, let go of your rear steer a lot sooner than you think, and just put your foot to the floor, hoping it hooks into that rut and shoots you right down the straightaway. Man, that's my first racing win of the season. It feels good, baby. I've been struggling all season with racing. Everyone knows racing's not my strong suit. You got John Zimmer Jr., Cody Sose, who's the Arena Racer of the Year. These boys are bad fast, but I think we just proved we can hang with the best of them. A toda mi gente, te dije antes, lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo. Y así lo dejamos. Pittsburgh, y'all having fun or what?
MJ, I know you said you're not keeping score, but now you're just one more competition win away from your 100th win. Are we going to see it today?
Man, you know what? That racing win got me pumped up. Next up's two-wheel skills. And, man, I got to go to the Monster Jam World Finals and compete with this bad machine behind me. And we came home with the bronze medal with the best of the best out there in Salt Lake City. Y'all are in for a treat. You thought racing was cool? Just wait to see. I gave you a little taste right there when I got to the front two tires. It's going to get a whole lot crazier. I already tore up this body once. I don't care if I'm upside down again. Let's have some fun, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, make some noise for MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco.
A big congratulations to MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco, making his way to the top of the leaderboard. He secured his first JCB Racing win, and of course those 8 points. So let's take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard. Check this out. We'll be updating you throughout the entire event as we move along, but you see him in that top spot, El Toro Loco in first place. Crazy Train, Trayton Robbins currently holding out second, and a two-way tie for third. Plain Crazy and Terminal Velocity tied with a total of 4 points. And then you have a four-way tie for fifth place. This means that in the next competition coming up, each one of these drivers is definitely going to be gunning for those next 8 points. Stay tuned. We got more Monster Jam action headed your way. It's time for the second competition of the event. It's the two-wheel skills challenge. Now, in this competition, you're going to get to see each driver pull off their most impressive maneuver on two BKT tires. So, being the first time that you'll be the official judges, let's take a look at that judging criteria. You want to see some stoppies, some poppers, some wheelies, and hey, maybe if we're lucky, we might get to see some combinations. But on the video board, we're going to take a look and listen from some of our Monster Jam superstars about some of the tricks they might attempt.
2 attempts now. And I'll kick off again.
All right, there you have it, Pittsburgh. Now it's time for you guys to get this competition started. So follow along and clap your hands. Success on attempt number 1 for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Let's see what he's got for us for attempt number 2. Feeling out the track, testing out those track conditions as best as he can. Check out this surgical precision on the approach.
Representing the black and green wrecking machine, Brandon Arthur. Make sure you go to judgeszone.com. Scoring is open.
First to kick off the two-wheel skills competition, but first at that track as well. 2 successful attempts for Brandon Arthur in this competition, and a great way to start it off. Not every driver is going to be able to get those 2 attempts in with the maneuvers they set out to do, but we saw him come to the very edge of that log stack, literally teetering on the edge of destruction. He said, nothing for me, no problem. So let's see the scores that you guys have the first time as the official judges. Let's check it out. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... all right, a 7.941. That is the score to beat. Check this out here on the Super Glued to the Action replay. This is the moment I'm talking about. He lines up right to the edge of that pod and stopped at that perfect spot right on the second attempt right here over the pod, full control of the truck to the edge of the log stack and stops at that perfect moment. That's definitely some skill, definitely some champion energy here from Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Up next, let's hear it for Logan Ashline in a Sparkle Smash. Logan Ashline, before she was behind the wheel of this unicorn, was used to going up to 270 miles an hour. She definitely knows speed, and now we've added a little sparkle to her game. Let's see what she's got for the two-wheel skills competition. All right, Logan Ashline up on 2 BKT tires there. Attempt number 1. She still has 1 attempt remaining. Let's see what she's got. She's going to feel out that track, find that sweet spot, and hopefully send that unicorn into the sky.
It's party time. It's Logan Ashline. It's Sparkle Smash. Pittsburgh, keep that energy going. Going to judgeszone.com and locking in your scores.
Logan Ashline definitely getting some major support from her fans here in the stands for Team Sparkle Smash. But I love that run because we get to see a little bit of her personality coming out, right? She hits that first attempt, doesn't get what she fully wants, but she says, hey, I'm here. I got my terrible towel. I'm going to go up, hit that second attempt, and make it even better. She set out with a vengeance. She's having a blast out there. The score for Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash is a 6.789. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Two trucks down and two to go. Let's check it out on the Super Glued to the Action replay. Here we have it, that first attempt, but on the second attempt, she said, hold on, I can do this even better. Let me show you guys. Pops up that unicorn on two BKT tires. I don't know anywhere else in the world you can see a unicorn do this. This is kind of action that's only happening here at Monster Jam. Next up, ready to breathe some fire into the competition, it's Cody Saucier in Dragon. Now we know Cody Saucier to be built for speed in Team Dragon, but he's got the skills. Up on two BKT tires, rides it over the pod. And you know what? I think that his technical knowledge, having started underneath those trucks, thrashing, fixing them, that gives him the leg out there to be dialed in and in tune with that Dragon Monster Jam truck.
Fire-breathing fury from Cody Saucier in Dragon. Only a couple seconds left. Scan that QR code and score now.
Cody Saucier pulling off a bicycle there for that second attempt. The hardest move there is to do here in Monster Jam. And he's out there making it look easy. He's got that technical precision. He doesn't overdo it, and he stays composed inside that Monster Jam truck the entire time. He knows exactly when to push it, and that is what we call technical driving. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is a 6.926. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Let's take a look back at that run, though. We see him here on that first attempt, gets it up and over two BKT tires, has that right momentum to carry it up and over the pod. Perfect time touching down the front two tires. And of course, that crazy bicycle up on two tires manages to balance, making sure that that truck does not override that right side, landing back on all four tires. But it's time to clear the waters. It's John Zimmer in Megalodon. Pittsburgh, my thoughts exactly. What a wild move there by John Zimmer in Megalodon. If that is not complete control, I don't know what is. He's still got one attempt remaining here in the two-wheel skills competition. Earlier this weekend, coming super close to a two-wheel win, he is hungry for those 8 points.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum. John Zimmer, Megalodon. Scan that QR code because scoring is open.
Pittsburgh, we got to take it back to that first attempt because that was a crazy control illustrated by John Zimmer. Not only was he up on those 2 PKT tires, you see him scraping the little bit nose of that shark of the hood on the pod, then takes it down the pod, full control the entire time. You got a tough job as the official judges here, but let him know what you thought of that run. John Zimmer's up against that score to beat, currently held by Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. It's a score of a 7.941. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is an 8.744. We have a new leader. Megalodon moves to the top of that leaderboard here in the 2-wheel skills competition. Some really successful maneuvers and, of course, a masterclass in control by John Zimmer. You see it there. He's climbed to the top of the leaderboard in this competition. But I've got an update for you guys. So let's take a look at the St. Jude ambassador of the event. We're going to take a look at this leaderboard because not only is John Zimmer leading in this competition, he's also leading in the St. Jude ambassador of the event. He right now is looking great for going back-to-back to be able to walk away with that title 2 times in a row. And just in case you guys missed it, if you scan that QR code, you're going to pick one of these 8 drivers that you see, up here on the leaderboard. Now you can see lots of Megalodon fans. If he stays in the lead, he will win the St. Jude ambassador of the event. But if you're a Dragon fan, an El Toro Loco fan, a Plane Crazy fan, or a Terminal Velocity fan, your drivers need some love right now. They don't have a single dollar under their name, and your $1 could make a difference, help them climb to the top of the leaderboard. But most importantly, every single dollar donated is going directly to St. Jude so that families affected by childhood cancer never receive a bill. Not for housing, not for medical bills, none of it. Here at Monster Jam, we're trying to make a difference and an impact, and we're doing it right now, thanks to you, Pittsburgh. So scan that QR code, bring your favorite driver to the top, and make a difference today with Monster Jam and St. Jude. He took the win in the JCB racing competition. Will he go 2 for 2? It's MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. He's feeling out the track. He knows he has to be smart. He has to be calculated and dialed in. He approaches that log stack. Let's see what he's got. I think MJ Solorio's taking a book out of a page out of John Zimmer's book right there with that attempt. Almost the exact same thing. He says, hey, I can control this Monster Jam truck too. A great attempt here for that first attempt. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2.
Pittsburgh scoring is open. Make some noise, MJ Solorio hitting one of the hardest tricks in Monster Jam, the bicycle. Get to judgeszone.com and lock in your scores.
Well, MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco, he said, I'm going to try the hardest move there is. He did do a bicycle, but doesn't land on all 4 BKT tires. So you, as the official judges, get to decide exactly what that run earned. We see that first attempt up on that video board right now. Super Glue glued to the action replay. There you have it down. Oh, saves that first attempt. And of course, some major confidence with that. The scores are in. The score for MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco is a 7.892. That is good enough for 3rd place. With that advancement in the competition, we do have to take a look at that leaderboard. El Toro Loco with that 7.898, of course, is going to shuffle up that leaderboard as we have it here in the two-wheel skills competition. Back on all 4 tires thanks to the JCB Dirt Squad. But remember, we still have 3 treks to run in this competition, so the leaderboard as we know it now could be completely shaken up. But Megalodon John Zimmer remains in the lead with that score of an 8.744. Triton Robbins hits the track, ready to go for the two-wheel skills competition. Remember, he made it to that racing final. He almost had that taste of victory, and we know when those drivers get a little whiff of the victory, they're coming in for the full send. I know he wants the 8 points awarded at the end of this competition. And Triton Robbins has got some serious skills in this two-wheel skills competition, so let's see what he's got for us here today. Pittsburgh, he shut the truck off. A little show-off move there from Triton Robbins. Oh my God. Pittsburgh, that was only one attempt. A combination strung together by skill and precision. Triton Robbins and Crazy Train coming out. Maybe we'll have a new combo king in town. He's still got one whole attempt left. Let's see what he's got for us here after that crazy combo.
If he crashes, I'll keep the RF for name that truck. Going off the rails, it's Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Get to judgeszone.com because scoring is open.
I don't know about you, Pittsburgh. I'm going to need a replay on that first attempt. I don't know if it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many combinations there were in that first attempt. That was insane. Absolute total control. I just thought the combo was over, and it kept on giving and giving. Triton Robbins, he knows he came in that final race. He knows he's got to do something big for you guys here in this competition. And I say he did it, but it's not up to me. It's up to you guys. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by John Zimmer in Megalodon. It's a score of an 8.744. The score for Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train is A fantastic score of a 9.172. We have a new leader. Check out that super glued to the action replay. A crazy highlight moment. This is going to be the one our fans tuning in on the live stream, they've got to rewind that. I want to watch that again because that was absolute madness up on two BKT tires, to the back, to the front. Man, I don't think trains have seatbelts. This train needs a seatbelt. Good thing Trayton Robbins is the conductor of this crazy train because he is trying to take that train all the way to the top of the leaderboard. But will his little brother have something to say about that? We've got some sibling rivalry out on the track right here with our next competitor. Pittsburgh, fasten your seatbelts because this ride definitely has some turbulence. It's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Montana Robbins is feeling out the track, debuting that brand new body here this season 2026. Let's see what he's got for us. All right, some nice flair on that first attempt there for him, taking that top space of the pod over up on two BKT tires. A good landing, in control. He's still got one attempt remaining. Let's see what he's got for us here for attempt number 2. Looks like he's headed for that log stack. What's he gonna give us? Let's find out.
Flying in all the way from Buffalo, New York, it's Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy. 2 solid attempts. Let us know what you thought at judgeszone.com.
Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy throws down here in the two-wheel skills competition. You know, it is a tough competition. He's up against some big moves, but he confidently goes into both of those attempts there. And again, we're seeing a great competition where our drivers are getting in each one of those attempts. We've got the scores locked in. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is a 7.456 right now. That's good enough for 5th place. Check it out there, some of the highlight moments of that run of the super glued to the action replay. That brand new body looks great, even up on 2 VKT tires. We see some really great stuff here from Montana Robbins. We play a game of a risk and reward here at Monster Jam, and you've seen Montana Robbins do just that out on the track. We're constantly pushing these trucks to the limits. These trucks weren't designed to do all these crazy maneuvers that these drivers push them to do. And right there, you do see our JCB Dirt Squad going out to recover Plain Crazy Montana Robbins. We'll get the full story on that from our pit reporter, Katie Andrews, coming up later. But looks like Plain Crazy will need to be taken off that track before we move on for our final contender in the two-wheel skills competition. But a nail-biting moment you have to imagine for these drivers as they await super close to be able to find out who's walking away with the next 8 points. Could be transmission issues for Plain Crazy, but both of those Robbins brothers, they work on those trucks. They're the ones rolling up their sleeves, thrashing on the trucks, not only during the events, but in between our weeks as well. So we know they're gonna have that truck competition ready in time for freestyle, but again, we'll get that story from Katie Andrews, our pit reporter. Monster Jam tracks are built by JCB. Dig deeper, lift higher, and move more with the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam, JCB. Our JCB Dirt Squad heads into the arena before any of us drivers get here, before any of us hosts. They are the first ones in and the last ones out. And after this event concludes here on Sunday, it'll be that JCB Dirt Squad that will work tirelessly to get this venue back to exactly how we found it. Pittsburgh, let's give a round of applause for that JCB Dirt Squad.
Monster Jam fans, I'm still in the stands. Oh, wow, look at that. Check this out. Hey, man, yeah, look at you. You're on TV. Can you wave to Pittsburgh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody, this is Wyatt. Can we make some noise for Wyatt? All right. He's about to try to win a prize. All right, so it's time for Name That Truck. So go ahead and look around. Make sure you know all of these Monster Jam trucks. Do you have a favorite?
No.
No? Okay, you like the...
All of them.
Oh, say that one more time.
I like all of them.
He likes all of them. I don't blame you. They're all pretty cool. All right. Go ahead and check out the video screen. I know you say you like all of them, but let's see if you can figure out which one this one is. Hey, Pittsburgh, if you guys know which one this is, go ahead and just shout it out. We're trying to walk away with a prize. All right, Pittsburgh is getting really loud. I think I heard it already. Wyatt, you know what it is?
Grave digger.
Grave digger. Let's find out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Give me 5, Wyatt. All right, so I saw that you have some headphones there. I know it gets pretty loud, but I was thinking maybe you could walk away with some Monster Jam headphones. One more time, Wyatt.
Well, we only have one truck to go here in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Terminal Velocity is the final truck to go here in this competition. And he has been able to take the win 3 times so far here this weekend. It is a huge moment as all of those drivers watch by, especially Triton Robbins and Crazy Train, obviously hoping to hold on to that top score. But lots of pressure on John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. He's got to throw down something better than what was on that track before. The question is, can he do it? Pittsburgh, put your hands together for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. There you have it. It's tip number 1 underway. You know what? We normally call John Zimmer Jr. that combo king. I think he heard me say somebody else was coming for that nickname. He said, let me show you exactly why. They call me the combo king. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2.
the bicycle. Save Pittsburgh. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity, throwing it down in the two-wheel scales challenge. You got him, let him know. You got to give him the points. Judgeszone.com.
Pittsburgh, that was a gnarly run by John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. You see crazy combos and then an insane bicycle onto almost like some sidewall donuts, almost an insane save. And you got to credit the integrity of that driving, because after a big lull, a big moment of waiting, he said, no, this is where it gets real. This is where I have to lay it down. And he's up against some tough competition. We've got the scores officially locked in. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by Triton Robbins and Crazy Train. It's a score of a 9.172. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is... It's a 9.192, just by a little bit over. I mean, that's got to be something like 1/1000th of a point, but it's, of course, enough. Your winner of the two-wheel skills competition for the 4th time here this weekend, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity.
Fans standing by with John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. You have dominated two-wheel skills this weekend, and this is a competition that takes a lot of strategy control. It's very technical. Talk to the fans about what's going on from your perspective behind the wheel.
I'm just so fired up right now, I can't even process my thoughts. That was so sick. That was the deepest sidewall I've ever had in that brand new truck. I thought I was getting ready to do some sick donuts on two wheels. Man, y'all have been so much fun this afternoon. I could hear you guys cheering. The entire two-wheel skills competition had another trick up my sleeve. Man, I had to pull it out just to get the lead just enough. But, man, I can't take anything away from Triton, man. That was the gnarliest three-piece combo right there. Shutting the truck off on the rear end. I mean, I don't even want to do that because I don't know if my stuff will start after that. That's a testament to how gnarly these trucks are, guys. Man, it's been so much fun. 8 points. We're looking for more.
Freestyle coming up next. I know these fans are very excited. What have you got up your sleeve?
Man, I don't know what else I got more up my sleeve. I've been throwing down all weekend here in Pittsburgh, but it's the last event. I don't care if my truck drives into the trailer or I got to shovel it in there. You fans paid your hard-earned money to come watch us throw down. I promise you we're going to deliver. So, Pittsburgh, do you want to see some more?
Fans, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
Check out that move right there. You know that if John Zimmer Jr. says that he thought that that move was crazy, you know it's absolute madness here in Monster Jam. And of course, those next 8 points added to his score.
Monster Jam fans, you've seen tons of action on four wheels, but we're taking it back to two. Get loud, we've got some of the best FMX riders in the world here ready to throw down for you. Each of our riders is going to make their way around the track, warming up with a couple tricks for you. Then we'll head into our best trick competition where fans, you're going to get to place some scores for each of our riders. And then we've got a very special grand finale prepared for you. Pittsburgh, are you ready? Up first, I need you to get nice and loud for Brandon Reardon. In the blue and green, we've got Kenny Haskell. In white on the Honda CRF 450R, Alex Damlow. And last but certainly not least, Josh Hedford. Pittsburgh, if you like what you see, make some noise. No hands. Fans, they're just getting warmed up, and I hope you're getting those vocal cords warmed up. We're about to take things up a notch. Fans, give it up for all of our FMX riders. They are making their way to the pod right now, getting ready for our next competition, which is Best Trick. Fans, they're going to need you to get nice and loud, but not only that, they want you to have those phones out ready with judgeszone.com to place your scores. They're going to have one attempt at their best trick from one side of this arena to the next. They want you to get nice and loud. Pittsburgh, are you ready?
Up first, let's hear it for Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon's from Worcester, Massachusetts. He's got over 24 years of riding experience. He's a 2017 ISDE gold medalist, and today he's throwing down on his Honda CRF 450.
Oh, with the no hands, fans, what did you think of Brendan Reardon? Scoring is now open.
Check out that move on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, a rock solid by Brendan Reardon. Completely lets go of the bike in the air at the peak height of that jump. That is absolute madness, but it's up to you guys right now to determine how mad it was. Make sure you're locking in your scores because this will set the bar for the rest of the competition. The score for Brendan Reardon is, all right, a 7.856, a solid score, and right now, the score to beat. Up next, let's hear it for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell is from Boston, Massachusetts, and he's been riding since the age of 5 years old. He's raced motocross. He's rode overseas in Japan, in Singapore, Argentina, and Brazil. And he's been a part of the Monster Jam family since 2014. Off the track, he's a dad to 2 young boys, but today he throws down on his Yamaha YZ 252 stroke.
Pittsburgh, what did you think of that? Let us know on judgeszone.com.
Okay, Kenny Haskell coming through, heating up the competition. A textbook, perfect, clean backflip right here. Absolute insanity. There's a lot of speed on that backflip. That is really fast. And you have to determine, did he do enough to knock Brendan Reardon out of the lead? Let's take a look. We got the scores locked in. Their score to beat right now is held by Brendan Reardon. It's a 7.856. The score for Kenny Haskell is an 8.902. That's enough to take the lead. Coming up next, make some noise for Alex Damlow. Alex Damlow is from Hutchinson, Minnesota, and he is a member of the ATV Big Air Tour crew, where he showcases his skills on both dirt bikes and ATVs. But today, he's throwing down on his Honda CRF 450R.
Fans, let us know what you think of Alex Damlow. Scoring is now open.
All right, Alex Damlow wants to walk away with that title here today of Best Trick winner. Check it out in the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Absolute madness. He says, I saw Kenny's backflip. I'm going to add an extra layer of difficulty right here, turning up the heat in the competition. And of course, he wants to walk away with that title. I mean, you got to think about how heavy that bike is, you guys. To be able to flip it up and over, add some flair. I mean, lucky for us, we've got the best in the business right here. But you need to determine, did Alex Damlow do enough? Let's check it out. The score for Alex Damlow is, oh, it's really close, an 8.870. Right now, that's good enough for second place. But one rider remains. Pittsburgh, Let's hear it for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford's from Asheville, North Carolina, and he's been a part of Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 4 years and has won this competition each event.
Fans, give it up for Josh Hedford. Place your scores now.
I heard you on that one, Pittsburgh. Check this out. Absolute insanity. Josh Hedford turning up the heat. He said, oh, if you guys liked what you saw, let me get a crack at it. Absolute madness here in the best trick competition. I mean, watch that on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, not only to think of the weight of that bike, momentum, gravity, he's got to think of it all, get it back on those 2 wheels. But that's why we got the best of the best here in freestyle motocross, but it's up to you guys to determine it. And we've got your scores locked in. Kenny Haskell holds on to that score to beat. It's an 8.902. The score for Josh Hedford is a 9.760. That's right. For the 4th time here this weekend, your best trick winner is Josh Hedford.
Fans, give it up one more time for Josh Hedford and all of our FMX riders. We're not done yet. We've got one great grand finale lined up for you. All of our riders are going to make a train formation, one after another, flying through the sky. The louder you get, the higher they go. Let's hear it, Pittsburgh. They feed off of your energy, fans. Let's see what they've got lined up first. Okay, starting out with some nice whips there. And fans, you've been loud, but I think we can get a little bit louder. Let me hear you make some noise. When they make their way up, I need to hear you scream. Let's hear it. Pittsburgh, what did you think of that? I think we've got one more in us. They can't hear you. All right, fans, for this next one, we really got to blow the roof off this place. Make some noise. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. Give it up again for all of our FMX riders. Making his way to the pod right now, we've got Josh Hedford, your best trick winner. Josh, I think this makes for a clean sweep across this whole weekend here in Pittsburgh. How did you get so good at this?
Oh, a lot of hot yoga practice, honestly. And I started when I was a little kid and grew up on BMX bikes and jumping like all kinds of jumps at the skate parks, BMX parks, and dirt jumps, and worked my way up. And then I got involved into dirt bikes when I was pretty young too, and just kept trying to do big tricks.
A lot of experience under your belt there. Did you ever think that you'd be doing this in arenas next to Monster Jam trucks?
Yeah, honestly, when I was a kid, I saw it, and I was like, I want to do that when I'm older, and I stuck with it and practiced a ton. Like, years and years of practice, played the video games, learned the tricks off that, and it just so happened to come a reality.
All right, fans, give it up for Josh Hedford, your best trick winner.
Let's take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard as it is before we jump back into the Monster Jam action. Triton Robbins and Crazy Train leads the pack in first place with a total of 14 points. El Toro Loco and Terminal Velocity tied for second, both with a total of 12 points. A really exciting top three there with Megalodon coming in fourth, John Zimmer with a total of 8 points. Another two-way tie there for fifth place between Gravedigger and Plain Crazy, Dragon in seventh and Sparkle Smash in eighth. Now you can see here that freestyle column is empty, Pittsburgh. That means each one of these drivers still has a shot at the next 8 points. That's coming up here in the freestyle competition, and this will be your final opportunity to be an official Monster Jam judge. So make sure during that freestyle competition you scan that QR code that's going to be up on the screen in just a sec there for freestyle. Remember, the criteria that we want to keep in mind for freestyle is we want to see
Pittsburgh, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle! Pittsburgh, how'd you feel about that confetti cannon? It's Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. Final competition, final opportunity to get to judgeszone.com and score now.
It's a celebration anytime we see Logan Ashline out on the track. But when Sparkle Smash, when she says it's time to release that confetti, man, oh man, nothing says it's time for freestyle madness than that. She does that tough job of getting that competition started going first, but this fearless driver, she's out to win those points. So let's see those scores we've got locked in for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. A great score to start off this competition. It's a 7.462. Logan Ashline, make sure she leaves her mark all over this track here for freestyle. She's reminded the rest of those competitors, just so you know, Sparkle Smash was here first. 7 more competitors to go here in the freestyle competition. Let's see what our next competitor has up their sleeve. Up next, it's time to get loud for John Zimmer in Megalodon.
Megalodon is doing it in the air. John Zimmer, Megalodon. Scoring is open.
I don't know what the Pittsburgh fans have done, but you guys are doing something right. You see that truck torn to pieces. John Zimmer says, I don't need the hood of my truck. I don't need the front of that Megalodon shark. I am going to power through. And you can see that flow. You can even hear it, too, in that throttle rhythm. The way that he flows throughout that freestyle run is absolutely a testament to the amount of time he has spent behind the wheel of these Monster Jam trucks. What you think, Pittsburgh? He wants to know, and lucky for him, we've got the scores locked in. He's up against that current score to beat right now, held by Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. It's a score of a 7.462. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is a 7.924. That is enough to take the lead, and of course, is your new score to beat. Monster Jam fans, as we move on throughout the freestyle competition and get closer to finding out who the winner of that competition is, we also have to check in on the St. Jude ambassador of the event. You see it right here. John Zimmer in Megalodon is your St. Jude ambassador of the event for the second time in a row here this weekend. A big congratulations to him, a major honor and title. I know that means a lot to him. So Pittsburgh, thank you so much for everyone who, whether it was $1, it doesn't matter the amount. If you donated here today, you leave the PPG Paints Arena knowing that you made a huge difference for families in need affected by childhood cancer. Monster Jam is joining St. Jude Children's Research Hospital because we want to end childhood cancer, and you just help us get closer to that fight. So thank you so much. We got more freestyle action coming up soon. You know what those bells mean. It's Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. I think he's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise. It's Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Putting it all on the line for you guys. Scoring is open.
Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. We got to talk about that major error. And then the Morgan & Morgan backflip. And hey, you don't always have to end on 4 BKT tires to take a high score here in freestyle. We know that these Monster Jam fans love destruction. And if you're one of the judges, and you do, now's your chance. Remember, locking those scores at judgeszone.com. Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. He said, I got to go big because I am not going home. So we've got those scores locked in. That current score to beat is held by John Zimmer in Megalodon. It's a score of a 7.924. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... It's an 8.145. That did it. We have a brand new leader. Brandon Arthur takes to the top of the leaderboard in the freestyle competition. So one more time, Pittsburgh. Get real loud for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Potential trouble for Cody Saucier in Dragon out on the track. You can see we paused that clock at 46 seconds. What it looks like to me, and I'm waiting to get word from those Monster Jam officials, but we see him pull to the pod and kind of take a stop there. That's going to be a smart move by Cody Saucier. You guys have to understand, he fixes those trucks. He knows exactly what it takes. So if he's making that smart move, there's definitely a reason for it. But he did complete enough time to be eligible for a score. So Pittsburgh, scoring is open for Cody Saucier and Dragon. Obviously, that's not the type of run that this type of competitor or any of our competitors like to have. It's a tough go for Dragon, but this is it. This is where the Monster Jam fans truly come in. If there are Dragon fans out there, it's up to you guys and the official judges to submit those scores and get them locked in. A tough go for Cody Saucier here in the freestyle competition. I know that's not the freestyle we're used to seeing for him, but let's take a look at those scores with what I came up with. A 5.209 for Cody Saucier in Dragon. We hear that music. I think that means some good news potentially coming through that tunnel. Just moments ago, he was underneath that truck, making sure it was competition ready by the nick of time. Him and his team, they got him ready. You see him coming from the back. He's competition ready just for you, Pittsburgh. Make some noise. Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. The clock is paused. It's 17 seconds for Montana Robbins, but I got word that scoring is open. You guys see those red ribbon boards? You know exactly what to do. Score right now for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. We see a little frustration from him there, but that was a great run that he laid down at Pittsburgh. You get those scores locked in. We saw some really serious flow from him, but I really think the story here is the true meaning of teamwork. Right before this, they were thrashing on that truck. Moments were determining whether or not he'd be able to make it out, and that is the true story here at Monster Jam. He still sent it full in this freestyle run, so let's see exactly what you guys think of the scores. Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy walks away with a 7.744, a solid score, good enough for third place. This is exactly what champions do here at Monster Jam. There's a problem, they find a solution, and then full send. You know, Montana Robbins and his team, some other sport somewhere, they may have looked at that problem and said, hey, you know what, we can't do it. But the Robbins team made sure that there was a truck out here Plain Crazy for freestyle, and that's all for you Monster Jam fans. We talk about those drivers a lot, but here in an instance like this, where Montana Robbins is not only the driver, but also the crew, we gotta give credit where it's due. Up next, he took the win in the two-wheel skills competition. It's John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Pittsburgh, let me hear you! One of the craziest saves that we've seen in the entire series, John Zimmer Jr.
I gotta let him hear you, Pittsburgh. Cody Saucier's coming out. He says, hey, let me get in that truck. Let me try something real quick. He wants a ride on terminal velocity. Who knows what's going on here, Pittsburgh? He's going to take a ride, but a big congratulations. You got to throw down one heck of a run if your competitor's coming out and saying, hey, let me have a swing behind the wheel of terminal velocity. John Zimmer Jr., you saw a crazy, almost a side wheel moment there in two-wheel. Here in freestyle, he came back and then some. He's up against that current score to beat right now, held by Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. It's a score of an 8.145. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is... Great job, Pittsburgh. A well-deserved high score. It's a 9.486. That brings terminal velocity to the top of the leaderboard. Some major moments to highlight in that freestyle run. Check it out now on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. To be able to get such big air, make hard contact, come out of those contact moves, turn it into a two-wheel move. That alone, the difficulty level, you've got to also think their visibility, the control that this young driver has on this truck is truly something I think we'll be watching for years in a Monster Jam. You can see exactly why he was able to walk away with the series last season and why he is on the track to do the same thing here again in 2026. Terminal velocity, John Zimmer Jr. always pushing it to that ragged edge. We still have two competitors here to go in the freestyle competition. Coming up next, it's Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train.
It's Trayton Robbins, Crazy Train. Crazy moves, big air, lots of speed. If you liked it, you gotta let them know at judgeszone.com.
Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train not only is an absolute perfect example of control, but he's a great example of consistency. He's out there wondering what you thought, Pittsburgh. And Trayton Robbins has had a great event so far. He's coming in almost close to those victories, second in both of the competitions that we've had so far. He knew that this freestyle is an important run, and we've got your scores locked in. So let's check it out. The score for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train in the freestyle competition here today. It's an 8.191. That is good enough for second place. Take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. Trayton Robbins has got such good flow in his freestyle runs. It's something that looks totally mapped out. You know he's not just hitting random obstacles, hoping it goes well. In his head, this is a calculated run, and enough for second place right now. But one truck remains, Pittsburgh. It's time to put those Toro horns in the air. Make some noise for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco.
One more time, make some noise. MJ Celorio and Toro Loco. You guys have the hardest job in all of Monster Jam. Give us your score at judgeszone.com.
Pittsburgh, MJ Celorio throws down the second backflip of the event. He's driving that truck till he literally cannot drive it anymore. He approaches that backflip ramp with confidence, throws down a mean freestyle run that he hopes will take it to the top of that leaderboard. A wild freestyle so far here in the PPG Paints Arena. These drivers are not letting up, and it's all for you Pittsburgh fans. He's up against the current score to beat held by John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. It's a score of a 9.486. The score for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco is a 9.269. That means your winner of the freestyle competition is terminal velocity, John Zimmer Jr. He adds 8 points to his score, which is exactly enough to walk away with the overall event win. Give it up for John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity, walking away with that overall event win for the second time here this weekend. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity remains consistent, remains in control, and of course, always pushing that truck to the edge. He manages to give us a wow factor in every competition, even getting some camaraderie from his fellow competitors. your overall event champion, Pittsburgh, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Two overall event wins in one weekend. Nothing to bat an eye at here at Monster Jam. This is the only place you're going to get to see John Zimmer Jr. throw down and tear up that track.
First things first, I see you waving these guys back up here. MJ's running away. You're asking Dad to get up here. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. I don't even know what I can ask you. I just want to let you take this thing, the emotion that you had out there. At what point did you know, I got this?
I don't know that there was a point that I thought that I had it, but I got into a crazy situation right there in front of the backflip ramp, and I just held my foot to the floor. I knew had a chance of going over, but I had a chance of pulling out a crazy save. And man, it felt so sick. I could hear you guys over the sound of my truck. And if that doesn't say something about y'all in this Pittsburgh building, fans, man, give yourselves on the pat on the back. Y'all blew the roof off this building for us drivers all weekend, and I felt the love. Guys, it was awesome.
Any last words to these fans who came out all weekend, got loud, scored you well? Let's send them off right.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we couldn't do this without you guys in the stands. We're all a bunch of little kids out here living out our dreams. So without you guys up here in these seats, cheering us on and filling the seats, man, wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. And I got an amazing crew behind me as well. That's why I'm able to run this truck into the ground as hard as I do. I got Don and Carol Ann back home with Senate Motorsports, and I borrowed my crew chief from Chucky Pocket III. We got Nick behind the wrenches this weekend, as long as my buddy John. Man, we got a top-notch team here, and we're throwing down this season. We're coming out on top one more time, and we're going to World Finals. Thank you, guys.
Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
A big congratulations to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's walking away with another overall event to win and is that much closer to that automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals 25 in Salt Lake City.